Our finalist speaker today is going to be talking about one of New Hampshire's largest industries, and that's tourism. And here from the New Hampshire Division of Travel and Tourism Development is Director AliceDesoulza.
Great, perfect, thank you. Now, I'm just going to try something. Good. Not that I want you to look at my face a little longer, but I'll get piled up here. Thank you. I'm really glad to be here. Tourism is a huge part of New Hampshire's economy, and I thought I might start by telling you. I have to clear my. Okay, so I'll time me, kick me, do something. Let me start by telling you a little bit about what our role is in New Hampshire's economy. You're going to find that really what I did was, rather than give you charts this early in the morning, I'm going to give you pretty pictures to look at, because this is what we sell, and it makes my job very easy. We are a division of the Department of Resources and Economic Development, and we're a staff of 8 with a budget of a little over $6 million. Our job is to promote visitation to New Hampshire, both leisure, business, and group travel. Tourism in this state supports 62,500 direct full and part-time jobs and contributes over $4.2 billion in direct spending to New Hampshire's economy. It's the second largest industry in New Hampshire in terms of jobs and attracting dollars from out of state, first being manufacturing. Rooms and meals tax is the second largest revenue generator to the general fund, again, behind business profits tax. And I'm happy to report that our rooms and meals tax is holding pretty steady this year. Year to date, now we did have a little increase, but even at that, we're still flat. In our industry right now, we're saying flat's the new up, because it really is. You know, we're very grateful to have a nice flat revenue stream. So of the $209 million that's collected in rooms and meals tax, approximately 65% of that is paid by visitors. Think about that. You can just imagine the importance of the travel and leisure business here in New Hampshire. For every $1 we spend in marketing New Hampshire in our office, $9 is returned to the state coffers in the form of state and local taxes and fees. Those are brand new numbers just out for fiscal year 09, which is we feel really pretty good about. Again, before I get so bold as to suggest what 2010 will bring, let me share with you some of the travel trends that emerged last year that we believe will hold true in the year or so to come. One, vacations are still essential. And I'm going to ask each of you in your own head to think about how what would be the last thing you'd give up if your wallet was a little tighter. What we're finding is families are still traveling. They need vacations more than ever. It's a way of bonding, sort of reconnecting with family and friends, and a little stress reliever. What we are seeing is that they're traveling closer to home, and they're often opting for a drive market where there's not the expense of possibly an airplane flight. So still happening, they're just sort of bringing it all closer to home. Intergenerational travel is becoming very, very popular. That is, parents are bringing their children and their parents with them and enjoying all of the various things that New Hampshire has to offer. There is more day tripping occurring. People are looking for value for their dollar, and I have to tell you, our industry has really stepped up to the plate in this regard through creative packaging and really adding value to the experience, not by necessarily reducing price to any great extent, but even there's some of that, but really adding value, where if you come to stay at a property, you would get a package of let's say a ski package with that, and or maybe a meal at a local restaurant, or possibly tickets to an event. So they kind of are tying all that stuff together. It's a great time to be a traveler because there are some really wonderful values out there, sort of one-stop shopping. But the other thing is that we know is that outdoor recreation is becoming even more interesting to people, primarily because it's more affordable, but also we have some incredible state parks in our national forest. Camping is sort of creeping up on the choice of lodging. And the interesting thing for international travelers, New England is kind of a new, under-discovered destination. And whereas, the Las Vegases, the Floridas, the Californias, the New Yorks, they've sort of done that, been there, and they're looking for that next tier of destination that offers great breadth of experience and yet is quite affordable. And of course, flying into Boston from many parts of Europe is the closest. The shortest flight, so that's been a real plus. For our business meetings, New Hampshire, unlike, again, Las Vegas, California, Florida, New York, is not perceived as sort of a glitzy place to hold a conference, so not seen as much of a boondoggle. So our conference business is really starting to pick up here in the state, and we're really excited about that. We just recently launched a new meetings site, which is a sort of a self-serve site for our meeting planner to look at all of the various options here in New Hampshire, depending on the size of your meeting. There are, obviously going forward, there are some factors we aren't going to be able to impact, both good and bad. What the economy does, and you've heard from some really eloquent speakers this morning, guessing where it might be. We can't predict that, but the sense of job security is going to have a huge impact on us. The gas prices, last year gas prices were way down. This year they're creeping up again, but still not at the levels they were the year before. And weather. Weather is what it's all about. We've had rainy summers. We've had no snow winters. So far this year, we're looking good. I was up in Colebrook and Pittsburgh yesterday, and I got to tell you, Mother Nature really did it right up there. It is absolutely stunning right now with the just beautiful snow. Some things that bode well for New Hampshire. We've always been pretty much a drive market. The international guests don't cancel because of weather. They stay longer, and they spend more money per day. I already mentioned the value that we offer. We're perceived as offering value, and our industry has really stepped up to the plate on that. We are known for really good customer service. People feel like once they're here, they're part of our community, and they feel very welcome. We're very lucky to have an organization called Granite State Ambassadors, who oftentimes you'll find, I'm sure those of you who've traveled through Manchester Airport have stopped at that little information desk. Those are Granite State Ambassadors. They are just there to welcome people and help them get around the state. I couldn't not say that we are going to be doing smarter marketing. We continue to follow trends, change on a dime if we have to, but we know that we're even this past year we promoted closer to home, including in-state. Very targeted, both geographically and demographically. Massachusetts and the Northeast, New York and Philadelphia are our primary markets. Canada, Germany, UK, France, and France and Italy in that order. Household, we target household income of $100,000 or more with or without family. Individuals with $75,000 or more in household income, typically early retirees, seniors, and singles. The thing that's great about those folks is they travel in off-peak season, and it really helps to sort of even out the curve a little bit. Again, I mentioned before, meetings, weddings, and reunion planners with our new web-based program introduced last year. We're starting to see some real pickup in interest in all three of those sectors. More web and online marketing. Over 50% of our marketing budget goes to electronic marketing. more earned media, that is, getting other people to say good things about us. Overall, we really are looking at a very positive 2010. Again, we think that leisure travel will be up just slightly, maybe 1%. International will be flat, not because of our economy, but mostly because of theirs. And then, as I say, meetings, weddings, and overall group travel we see as possibly being up about 1%. So we're pretty optimistic that we're going to have a really good tourism year. And for those of you who either are directly in tourism and or who serve the tourism market, I think you can look forward to this being a nice, steady stream of business for us all. Thank you.